Creative Mornings. Today, it's our first birthday. In August, we have Meiju Niskala talking. Come on in!
So what I'm going to talk about today is about action. I'm not really much talking about the concepts that I'm doing, but I'd rather talk about where this race or need of action is coming up from myself. This is a picture. It has taken, those actually have been taken from the years 2000 and 2006. And that's really much about something. I moved to Turku, which is a small city in Finland, at 98. And what happened over there that at last, at 2000, so after 2 years I've been already living there, I realized at the Valentine's Day that I have no friend from Turku. Turku, like if you are from Finland, you know that Turku people are easily said that they are kind of like inward looking and they don't comment, like kind of like make a comment on you and things like that. So I just felt that since it's Valentine's Day and since it's Turku and since I'm loving the city really much, I just want to get to know some Turku citizens, and that's why I went to this kind of a shopping center where there was this photo automatic thing, and asked people to join me. I was asking, could you come to be my friend in the friend picture? And that's how I get to know a lot of Turku people. Well, when I moved to Helsinki in 2006, I tried to do the same at the railway station over here. Just, you know, asking that, could you be my friend, because I'm just new here. And nobody reacts until I'm saying, I'm coming from Turku. Could you kindly help me to make friends in Helsinki? And just to kind of opening these site-specific things up, Turku used to be the old Finnish capital, and there is certainly some sort of relationship between Turku and Helsinki. So, just to let you know this. So, as you can see, all of my actions are usually raised up from some certain thing. One of my really big idols is Albert Einstein, who said that there is only two ways to see the world. Either that it's very, very interesting, or either it is just a little bit interesting. And that's actually a matter of attitude. And I'm trying to follow the life and go through with that, that everything is quite interesting all the time. The other really big influence inside of me is the international situatistic movement, which was in the Central Europe from the 1952 to 1972. And those were the guys who took the idea of situatio from the Sartre, the philosophy Sartre. And they really wanted to put every street lamp, this kind of on-off switch that people could themselves decide if this street lamp is on or if the street lamp is off. They also used, you know, different methods to get lost and just to try to live the life so that when you die, you actually die. Because they also said that most of the people will never die because they are dead already when they are alive. They also talk about a lot of freedom, and that's something that is that I hold in myself. The freedom of trying things, the freedom of seeing the boundaries, and the freedom of a little bit going over your scares. When I'm in action, what I'm mainly looking for, it's something like this. I'm wandering, doing actions, and thinking something about meaningfulness, being awake, good life, being open and amazed most of the time. Trying to understand, or if not understand, trying to just see what happens without saying this is right or this is wrong. I'm trying to participate, and that's about interaction. I wish to let people more participate in their own lives, so they will, when they die, they actually die. So there is some methods what I've kind of like created for the past 10 years. Oh yeah. Today I have a dice with me, sometimes I don't. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to wander and get lost in different ways, just to, you know, see different viewpoints. I would go to the to walking, and every corner I would throw a dice. If it's 1, I will go straight forward. If it's 2, I will turn on that side. Number 3, I will go on this side. Number 4, I will go back up. Number 5, I will ask somebody where to go. And number 6, I would just follow some interesting person. Not really sneezing really close, but you know, tenderly, nicely, not scary way. Or I would follow the beautiful color, like for example orange. With following the orange, I have once in New York got in the radio show and also got into this big courtyard system where there were lawyers going to these courtyards, and that was quite amazing place. I've also gone just by following the kind of sound to the, how do you say, belly button dancers. You know those with the belly buttons. They had this small Christmas party, pikkujoulu, as we say. And I just started to follow them because they were doing a really nice sound when they were walking on the street, because they had a lot of these, things making sound. So that's something that I'm trying to do. Following the feeling. I put 35 minutes in my cell phone and I just follow the most beautiful things or the most horrible things that I know, and I'm just seeing and watching where it leads me to. That's something everyday practice that I have. Before I had dogs, I always said that you just let the dog lead on you, but then when I got 2 dogs, I realized that not a good idea. Not a good idea, but nowadays I say borrow your neighbor's dog, so you don't get kind of this conflict with your own dog. I'm trying to say yes to all. What it means that, for example, at 2007 I was throwing dice. I was in Luzern in Switzerland, and there was only 1 day left, and I'm sort of like, because I wanted to see the place so big, I decided to throw the dice and let the dice sort of lead me so that I could have still time to do something. And I'm just throwing dice and seeing where it leads me to. And suddenly I'm on the flea market. And then there is one table with the back full of medals. And since I was throwing all the time the dice, I decided that, okay, I'm going to buy the whole medal sack with me. I don't know yet what to do with that, but I'm just going to have, because the draw has advised me to go over there. So I started to carry on the dices with me. Sorry, not the dices, the medals with me. And every time when I would see somebody or feel that this guy would earn a really big thank you, I would give the medal for that. One of the guys was this conductor, like really fun conductor at the 6:30 at the march, where there was already quite cold. Everybody was sleeping on the train, and what happened was that he started to say that before the train left, that, "Hello, here is the summer boy Tauno. Welcome warmly to this Italian hot blood racehorse, Pendolino 142. Before we leave, I just want to read you this fantastic poetry from Eino Leino, our famous poetry." And he started to read that. And it was really 6 a.m. at the time, and everybody's sleeping, and I'm hearing that in this Pendolino, most of the people are a little bit anyhow kind of like smiling. So after the train has left, I woke up and I said to people that, okay, I'm gonna give him a medal, this conductor. I'm just wishing that you would give applauses or say hurrah. And nobody responds. We are in Finland. It's 6 a.m. I totally understand that. That's for sure. But what happened when the conductor came in, and I just stand up and give the medal and ask people, how about could we have the hurrahs now? All the people in the train van started to say hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. And as you can see, they are quite happy already. We took this like picture together then. So what happened with this was that later I made this medal day in the TED conference where I gave 800 medals to the people, and I asked them to give thanks for the next day for the people that actually earned the thanks. Not the one that you already know, but the really nice janitor or really good bus driver, or even in Hämeenlinna there is this policeman that I've heard that somebody gave a medal, because when he writes you the ticket, he doesn't just write it and give it to you, he writes a poem with the ticket. And that's That's special, isn't that? So altogether, those medal days have been already giving 4,000 medals all over to Finland for the people who earns that a lot. And that sort of makes me really happy. It's actually exercise. What is interesting is that most of the people feel, and isn't that funny, they feel that, am I really allowed to say thank you? Or do I make myself fool if I'm just like saying somebody thank you? So that medal is actually helping people to face and interact, to do action with each other. I just wanted to say something probably, well, there is also action of love, and since that was so successful with me, I just want to say that for you too, because when I was looking for a love of my love, I was very frustrated that I didn't find them bars and restaurants or anywhere else. So I went to the library and took my favorite books, and I put post-it notes over there, and I wrote over there in my favorite books, where I glued those post-it notes, that this is my favorite book. The best sentence is found from the page 52, chapter 3, on the sentence 7. If you find that too, please contact me. Nowadays I have a husband as a librarian, so you may want to try that. Be interaction with the real life. So this is sometimes, because I feel myself doing rather philosophy in action, or I'm rather social speaker or than artist in the very traditional matter. I'm curious about the society, and I certainly want to, or at least have wanted to make it better. That has been sometimes my feeling when I'm thinking about the societies and the things where the world goes. 2011 there was this culture capital year in Turku. So I directed a one-year-long piece with more than 50,000 people attending, and we did a lot of small actions in different places in Turku. I wanted to give people the voice. I wanted to help them to give the voice out. This is the back of the tram line. You know, there was the first tram lines in Turku, and Turku citizens are very pissed off still that the trams doesn't exist. Plus, it's not anymore even the capital. So what happened? We followed. Those are 6 mathematics and physics lecturers who wanted to. I had this clinic, art clinic, and they said that we want to do something about the tram lines. We really want to do something about the tram lines, and that's why it was 8 hours that we put glued all the old back tram lines back in the city. More than 30 kilometers tram lines altogether, but it was worth of that. Over here is the ordinary lullabies at the night trains by the people. I made up chores with the six chores, usually with the 3 people from Turku. They didn't know each other, and we hopped into the night trains and sung a lullaby and then hop out. And that was something that I realized when I was at 2000. I realized that most of the people in the night trains, we adults, we are kind of like stressed, or we are drinking beer. And I would personally, I would love to have somebody who would sing me the lullaby, you know, put me under the blanket, say that everything's gonna be fine, just sleep, don't take any sleeping pills, you're just gonna sleep fine. And that was the reason why we wanted to offer this experience for the people in the trains as well. A lot of moments was happening over there. This is the Paradise parade carpet. It's half a kilometer long, mostly. It's wasteland, and I was pissed off because it's wasteland, and that's the old jail system in Turku, and it's beautiful. Now it was open, but they wanted to build it fulfilled with the ugly buildings. So I wanted to make something with the people who would lead people to see what will be destroyed sooner or later. The carpet was made together with more than 1,000 people. It was installed there for 4 weeks. More than 10,000 visitors was there in 4 weeks, and they were dreaming about what kind of place they would like to have to see in this place. It was quite touching. Now this is for the Kiasma, the Contemporary Art Museum. We were thinking about the trash, and they gave me a group, and they were asking me that think something about the trash and what could we do with the trash, and I wanted to collect the mind trash from the people. So this is the collection point of the mind trash, because I think that the more mind trash you have in your mind, the less you are living your life. Here are the collections points, and people would fulfill a form and kind of decide from what they will give up, what they will leave. This is in Oulu. Last year, more than 25 people attending. This is olennaistamo, so meaningful things. And we are discussing over there braveness. What would world need right now? What would you like to give up? What do you want to leave behind? In certain different places and with different people. That 25,000 people attended that in Oulu, which is not really big city, tells me that these kind of things are needed and people are yearning for that. I'm thinking that all of us, we are the kind of the brave persons, and when we see each other, we always see, I see you a little bit larger than you are in yourself. And that is the best thing of us being as a humans. Fernald Braudel has said that at the same time as when the great men of the history make war on the battlefields and share their kingdoms, provide people elsewhere the ordinary things. They prepare food, they eat, they drink, they make a purchase, they fall in love, they discuss, they kill, and on the same time they produce a reality. I'm thinking, how can we think about all of us, the marks that we leave behind? This is the practical finish. It says over there, I have just stolen a bike. Somebody has put it in the Hakaniemi. So I'm wondering, I'm asking people to think about what are the traces you want to leave behind. Are we ever sure what we actually have is ours? This is a small intervention in Budapest. I wanted to try what happens if I put one day salary off, if I'm trying to offer that to people. And it was interesting because I could never, they didn't take the money from my hands. Actually what happened, they said that, oh, if you're giving this money for the people who actually need, we want to give you more, so we are sure that it goes in the right direction. I also get the cigarettes, bananas, sandwiches to share with the people. And that is interesting. That was very interesting. What can we leave behind? This is also a stamp suddenly in Budapest. With who will you make peace today? And I happened to have this chalkboard with me, and I started to write on the corner and left the chalks over there. And actually in one day the whole corner was full of people talking about with what they would like to make peace. Then the rain came, and that was really good. Where are we? What is the picture we are setting in? This is the whole world. We are here. This is somehow the decade that I'm living over here is very small. What is the huge picture and how I set myself over there? Nowadays, I'm trying to sit still. My action is actually testifying action. I'm trying to sit still. I'm trying to be in the present. I'm trying to feel what is going on, and I'm trying to learn with that. Let the wisdom to come inside of me. This is one of my practices. This is a beautiful forest. So from time to time, I'm trying to be like this mix stand. I'm trying to feel how the mix stand would feel this space. Or I'm going to forest and I'm trying to be this big tree and trying to feel the roots over there, and I'm trying to feel the leash over here, and I'm trying to wonder how it is, how it would be if I would be the forest. Or I could come to sit on your lap. Thank you. And I could try to feel how the chair under you feels this moment, or how you feel this moment, or how I feel this moment. It's not really complicated, although it's a little bit. Thank you. I'm on the moment being aware all the time what I'm testifying. is my mom dying. And it's the most horrible action that I've ever done. Because over there you cannot, you have the active role to watch actually somebody to die. If you don't do that, you are already turning around, and that's not action anymore. The actions that I told you and the interventions and the pieces that I do in my career are quite large. I want to have 25,000 people over there, but actually the real action is you're just over here standing, testifying. Also the hard issues when people are dying, also the good issues, also the sharing moment. We are sharing over here. I'm testifying, you watching me. And that's sometimes the hard part, to not to do anything, but just to be active, just to have action towards each other. From the first yell to the last breath, that's my advice, going always towards something you don't know, because that's how the life goes. We don't know it, but we just need to be active with life. When I die, I want to die. And that's why I'm active and alive on the moment. Thank you.